Bây giờ thì con cô mấy hôm nay tư bận có cái chạy ngoài đường suốt không nghe được gì cả. Con học một lớp của cô luôn. Có nhớ record để cho Thư xem lại đấy nhé.
Có mấy bữa trước có record còn lối giờ luôn, từ hôm qua đi lễ. Cái mở lên cô là Xuân Ý với lại là cô Xuân chia sẻ đó. Cái là đi lễ về chắc phải đến trưa 12 giờ 1 giờ mới tắt. Mà 1 giờ 2 giờ đó mới tắt luôn. Phải cắt cái video đó ra.
Thư có xem một cái, có nhiều cái đằng sau không có gì, màu đen đấy.
Tại vì chưa cắt để cắt cái này. Tại vì quên record xong cái quên tắt luôn recording. Sao hôm nay nhạc nó bị sao hả? Okay.
Có một số anh chị không nghe được bài hát ha cả nhà.
Some people couldn't hear the music.
Một số anh chị thì bảo nhạc nó giật
Some
quá hả?
people said that the music is keep
Với
disrupting.
lại nhạc im xuôi á thì
Okay.
giúp cho chúng ta trải nghiệm cái bài học ngày hôm qua.
Is the music has led us to experience the knowledge yesterday.
Âm nhạc rất là im
So
xuôi.
the music is very
Tác động vào lớp tâm chứ đúng không? Phân tích phân biệt mình thấy rất là im xuôi. Nói đại ra ngoài
yesterday.
được nghe bài nhạc hay quá.
Okay. So when we listen to the music is
thì thông điệp vào không có đứt
when the music
nó cũng vào thẳng tâm
will
ấy,
in peace.
nó cũng vào thẳng lớp tâm, nhưng mà mình giữ cho có một cái độ trễ khoan để tánh cái tình nhảy vào.
So the music goes straight into our Buddha nature, and we keep delaying moment. Okay. So when we respond, or when we receive, we just listen to it. When we respond by don't feel uncomfortable, don't feel uncomfortable when the music got disrupted. Okay, so now when the music coming in, it goes straight into here. We just know that we receive it and analyze and distinguish. We don't feel uncomfortable or annoyed.
Từng cái trong cuộc sống của mình luôn á. Không thấy Minh hả? Thấy chưa cả nhà? Thấy Minh chưa? Dạ, ý là chúng ta học xong á cả nhà, thì từng cái trong cuộc sống của mình đó, mình bắt đầu mình dụng tâm, mình nghe, mình dụng tâm mình rà soát.
Let me just finish writing this and then I'll continue to
Học vậy thôi chứ gấp.
interpret.
Học nhiều chứ. Học được một bài này thôi. Được một bài này thôi mà ứng dụng được thôi thì cả nhà thấy cuộc đời này nó nhẹ không? Có cái gì xảy ra, có cái thông điệp gì?
Okay. Just learn one lesson and we know that even the message someone tell us that we crazy or we beautiful.
Đón nhận cái giữ cho nó có một độ trễ, đừng có để tánh tình nhanh quá. Tánh tình từ từ, khoan hay nhanh quá.
We just receive the message, okay, and keep it there. Don't be too quick. Let human nature and emotion jumping in. Okay. So any circumstances in our life, we should do that. Previously, a lot of my friends invite me to sing karaoke in the evening, and one time I went into the elevator, and then later on the 3 boys and a girl jumped in the elevator, and one of them stepped on my shoe. That hurt me. But luckily, at that time, I've no this knowledge. So, the moment the guy, one of them stepped on my feet, okay, I've realized that the root cause of life stuff from me is because of me didn't move my feet when people coming in. So, and I respond by saying to the person that, could you please remove your feet? You are stepping on mine. Then they turn around and apologize to me. Yeah. But I mean, at that time, I could get angry and tell them, are you blind? You couldn't see my feet. Why are you stepping on it? Okay. So, what we need to do is slow down. Okay. Slow down and receive with our Buddha nature first. Okay. So slowly let human nature and emotion jumping in. Okay. Okay. It's not that I'm afraid or anything. Okay. But I've just choose to master our inner being. Okay. So, and I've I know the root cause of life starts from me. So because I didn't move my feet when a lot of people come into the elevator, so they're stepping on my toes. So I just need to remind them that they are doing it. So they said sorry and realized that they accidentally do it and they're sorry. Okay. So okay. So if you think if you're unable to receive it yet, then let's continue the next session. Okay. With me, I feel very lucky, very fortunate that I be able to learn this knowledge and apply this knowledge. Some people also automatically or naturally have it. Then yesterday, I've just finished writing. I haven't finished explaining. So today we continue to explain. That's yesterday when we draw together this diagram. If you have free time at home, draw this image. You can see the magical in it. Okay. Some people they draw this diagram 200 times. They have the great transformation in themselves. Okay. So yesterday when we have folk terminology, in folk terminology, we call it as mind is the deepest part, okay, and ego is the outside, feelings is this part, and the body, we know it out here. Correspond to scientific terminologies. Okay, the mind is the genuine truth, the ego is personality, and the feeling is our emotion. Okay, and the body is the human body. Okay. So this is the Buddhist knowledge. Okay, it's not in science. We can't really see them, right, everyone? So don't think that if you cut out your body, you can see this. Okay, this and in Buddhism, they call this as the Buddha nature, the true nature, true mind, true suchness, and personality, ego, we call it 16 human natures, and the feeling, we call it 84,000 illusional bubbles. Okay, and the body, we call it the 4 elements body. Okay, so we're going to pick it differently. If we say it is mind, it is quite vague. If you live with the mind, mindful, if we live mindful, it is still vague. Okay, and if we say that we live with the Buddha nature, true mind, true suchness, then we don't really know how to do it either, because a lot of people they have practiced, a lot of Buddhist people they have practiced for so long, they still couldn't find this. But if we say the genuine truth, then we pick the deepest part is the genuine truth. And secondly, with the second layer, we call it the 16 human nature. Okay. 16 human nature. And if we say that 84,000 illusional bubble, then it's will be like too much. We don't understand if it's familiar. So traditions, they said that in folk terminology, they said it's a feeling. And if we talk about human body, we easier to confuse with biology. And so we're going to call it the 4 element bodies. So we had the first layer, the deepest part is the genuine truth. The second layer is the 16 human nature. The third layer is our feeling, and the fourth layer is the 4 elements body. Okay, so note this down.
Các anh chị
Right.
hôm qua lần đầu vẽ xong ngủ dậy không nổi luôn hả? Bình thường thôi. Học tiếp bữa nay đi mình sẽ biết tại sao như vậy.
So
Bữa nay thì ai mà còn được qua được tới.
Yesterday, there's a people said that they fell asleep. Okay. And today, a lot of people leave this class when the topic cấu trúc con người comes into sharing. So I have witnessed so many classes, and a lot of people have a little bit of problems when they listen to this music. They may got problem with Zoom. They may have problem with live. Okay. And there's some people when they learn this knowledge, they don't have anything happen in their life, and they just realize that human nature, they have 4 layers, and I found that's very interesting. Okay. And then I've asked the teachers that teachers, you have named each layer so clearly. Okay. But why didn't I know about this before? So the teacher said because these are inside of each person. Okay, but once you understand, you know what you need to do, and you know why there's certain part inside your body. It's happened like that. And there's a lot of people who just get used to the organization, with organizations, and love the organization because of cấu trúc con người topics. Because they, in the past, they may unable to sleep, they have sleeping problems, but since they listen to this topic, they can sleep very good. Sleep. So in the previous session, we had a lot of people, a lot of participants said about the negative state, the positive state. So now we go into exchange the knowledge about the inner state. The inner state. Okay, please write down inner state. Inner state. This is the terminologies of inner being. The terminologies of inner being to explain the state happened inside of us. So if there's a message sending to us, if we choose, okay, let's get the diagram here. So this is our inner being, right? Inner being. This is the Buddha nature. So when the message conveyed to us, when message conveyed to us, if we use our Buddha nature to receive, then at that moment we have our inner state is balanced. Okay. Inner state is balanced, and this state, a lot of people want to achieve it. And if we use our human nature to analyze, distinguish, and we can see the desirable outcomes as we want. For example, if someone compliments us, chị Dung, chị Tố Anh, you look so beautiful today. So when that message conveyed to us, they compliment us, we like it, right? Okay, we feel happy because people compliment us. So that state inside of us, we call that we are having the positive inner state. Okay, that means we are happy we feel joyful. Okay. But there's a message that's sending to us and convey to us, and we feel uncomfortable, we feel angry, we feel annoyed. That is when we have negative inner state. Okay. Okay, so now we get used to the word inner state, and we know that our inner state have negative, positive, and balanced. Okay. So when the message conveyed to us, we use our inner being to receive. If we let our human natures and emotion jumping in, then when we are happy, we are joyful, we have the desirable outcome, then we have the positive inner state. But when we are angry, unhappy, then that is negative inner state. And when we stay in inner peace, we have balanced inner state. Okay, so there's 3 states in our inner being of inner beings. So now we know that when we learn this knowledge, we have the balanced inner state. Okay? So when someone talks behind our back and we listen, we heard that, then our inner state is which direction our inner state is at? Is it balanced, negative, or positive? Okay, after we listen to someone talk behind our back and they didn't say the truth, they wasn't being honest. Okay, if we feel terrible, we are having the negative inner state. But if we feel positive, we feel, oh, that's fine, doesn't matter, then it is a positive inner state. Hello, welcome to Master Nguyễn Thị Vân and Hoàng Huỳnh. So if you observe your life, you will see that, for example, at home, sometimes your parents talk to you and you just ignore them. Okay, and sometimes your parents talk to you and you feel like, oh, they are caring about me. So it depends on the receiver which inner state they are at. Okay, it will determine the negative, positive, or the balanced direction. Okay. So each of us, we always have a different inner state. Okay, just from one message. And there's a lot of people after joining these classes, they feel that everything around them has getting better. So if we reach the balanced inner state, then everything around us will improve, will become better. So in the topic cấu trúc con người, if we be able to grab this piece of information, it is the most important thing. Okay. So now we talk about inner states. We have 3 directions: balance, negative, and positive. Okay. And this part we haven't. Okay. And now we will talk about the part where Phạm Minh said that she didn't understand. Okay. That is the human nature, the 16 human nature. We were telling. Today we're going to talk about the 16 human nature. Okay. But yesterday we already discussed about the deepest part of ourselves, right? And we have the inner state of either balance, negative, or positive direction. That's it. Okay. And now we go into we discuss in detail about the 16 human natures. And we have thọ, tưởng, hành, thức, tài, sắc, danh, thực, thùy, tham, sân, si, mạn, nghi, ác, kiến. These are the Sino-Vietnamese language. And some of you have heard this before, but some of you may have heard it about them yet. Okay, so we go into explain what do they mean in English. Okay. There are some people already know what does it mean when we say thọ tưởng hành thức, but some people have no clue what do they mean at all. So now we're going to explain this word. Okay, this 16 this word, these are not really the human, the natures about human yet. There is only the Sino-Vietnamese term. Okay. So these words, they have so many meaning. Thọ, okay, has so many meaning, but within our context, we go into explain it as input. Input. Thọ is input. Input. Receive. Okay. Just understand it like this for now. Don't think too much. Okay. It might have so many different other meanings, but just accept this meaning for now. Tưởng. Tưởng. We have 3 different time frames for tưởng. Okay. Okay. We have remember, imagining, and predicting. Okay. Okay. So thọ is input, receive. You put in the inputting, receiving. Okay. Tưởng is remember. Remembering, imagining, and predicting. Okay. And hành. Hành also have different many meaning, but here we go into use the meaning as output. Output. Okay. Output. Okay. And this also means action. Okay. Action is also mean react. Okay. The meanings of the word hành. Okay. Thọ tưởng hành. Okay. Thức is meant knowing, mean knowledge, mean consciousness. Okay. What we are knowing, consciousness. Okay. There's a participant asked about tưởng, remembering, imagining, predicting. Okay, so when we thinking about the past, we said we are remembering. Okay, okay, and those images of the past appearing in our mind. Okay, but at the moment, if we imagining of something appearing in front of me right now, then we say it's imagining. And the predicting is when we perceive about the futures. Okay. For example, those homemakers may predicting what they're going to cook tomorrow, a meal. Okay. And some of the students, university students, they are predicting that in the future when they graduate, they go to work for an international company. Okay. Thọ tưởng hành thức. Now we get to tài. Tài. Okay. Tài has 2 meanings. That is talent and talent. Excuse me. Talent and material possession.
tiền tài.
Money.
Và nếu mà chúng ta nói đùa với nhau ha, chúng ta nói vui vui á, thì tài là tài chính và tài phụ á cả nhà.
Possession.
Tài chính là tiền á, tài chính là tiền.
If we
Tài năng là phụ.
often joke with each other, make fun of it, we often say that this is the main aspect is finances, and the second aspect is our talent. Okay, so the second aspect of us is talent. The main aspect is our finances. Okay, so talent and material possession. Sắc. Oops. Sắc. Sắc is means the physical beauty or sensual pleasure. Physical beauty and sensual pleasure. Physical beauty, that's everything about our body. Okay. Beauty is a part of physical beauty. Physical beauty, if the person, that means that person want to make themselves look nice, look beautiful. Okay. There's sắc. So everything's about a person appearance. Okay. So if sensual pleasure is that anything related to the outside feeling. So like there's people when they walk into other people's house and they see that their interior didn't organize properly, then they have a certain feeling toward it. Okay. Or if you say that people didn't dress properly, okay, you don't like it, no. Or you see that other people you see that everything outside of you that is not as you liking, then that is sensual pleasure. Okay. We all need sensual pleasure in order for us to keep ourselves neat and look good. Okay. So our physical beauty is anything that relates to our own body. Okay. And the sensual pleasure is anything that relates to the outside. Okay. For example, if someone saw other people working and they don't lift their feet up properly, they don't like it. So that's the sensual pleasures of a person. Danh. Okay. Danh. That means fame. Fame. Danh is fame. Fame or reputation, social status. Thực means eating. There's a many meaning of it, okay? But we're going to just use this meaning. Okay. Thùy. Means sleeping. Sleeping, resting, sleeping, resting. Time. Normally when we heard the word time, we instantly think it's negative, but time is only, it just means desire, and everyone have desire, right? Everyone wanted to have something, desire something. Okay. Sân means anger. Sân means anger.
cùng với Minh ha.
Okay, just
Sân là
please
giận dữ.
write with me.
Si.
Okay.
Si là mê muội á.
C is delusion.
Là mê muội.
Delusion.
Là mê muội.
Okay. C is delusion, means delusion.
Mạng.
Mạn.
Mạng là ngạo mạn.
Mạn means arrogance.
Nghi.
Nghi.
Nghi là hoài nghi.
Nghi means doubt. Doubt.
Nghi là hoài nghi.
Nghi means
Nghi là chỗ
doubt.
này ha cả nhà.
Okay.
Ác.
Ác
Nghi là
means
ác.
act. Act
Ác là
means
tàn ác.
evil. Evil. Act means
Và
evil.
kiến
And kiến
là cố chấp.
means stubborn.
Kiến là cố chấp. Thì chúng ta vừa mới cùng nhau tìm hiểu 16 cái chữ. Đây là
Stubbornness.
16 cái từ Hán Việt. Mà
So we had just
để diễn tả 16 tánh người.
translating the 16 human natures.
Danh thực thì
Thọ tưởng hành thất tài sắc danh thật thùy tham sân si mạng nghi ác kiến into English.
nhưng mà bây giờ thì
Okay.
đại đa số chúng ta
And
đều nắm bắt tốt hết rồi. Nên là cả nhà đọc được mà đúng không? Cả nhà đọc đi. Đọc một vài lần cho
okay,
nó
let's just read this few times to get used to it. Thọ tưởng hành thất tài sắc danh thật thùy tham sân si mạng nghi ác kiến.
cả nhà đọc
Okay.
bài này.
Let's repeat it a few times so we can get used to this word.
Thọ tưởng hành thất tài sắc danh thực thùy
Okay.
tham
Thọ tưởng hành thất tài sắc danh thật thùy tham sân si mạng nghi ác kiến. Okay.
Rồi,
Right. Oh, hello Tâm.
xong cái này ha. Cái cả nhà xong chưa cả nhà?
Okay, so we're done with this, right? Have everyone
Danh
finished?
mình hiểu là danh tiếng vậy thôi.
Okay.
Mình đừng có
With
nói
fame,
nhiều
we
cho nó phức tạp.
think it is with danh, we think it is fame. Don't thinking too much. Don't translate into
Dạ,
any
xong
other
rồi.
meanings.
Giờ mình quay trở lại nè.
Okay.
Mình quay trở lại cấu
Now
trúc con
let's
người.
go back
Cả
to
nhà
the
ơi, chúng ta
cấu
sẽ
trúc con người,
quay trở
the
lại
human
trong
energetic
16
structure.
tánh này.
Okay. So within these 16 human
Chúng ta
nature,
được cao nhân chỉ điểm.
the wise person pointed out to us that thọ tưởng hành thất tài sắc danh thật thùy tham sân si mạng nghi ác kiến, the 16 human natures, tham and tưởng is the four causes. Okay, we have the tham and tưởng. It is the tham and tưởng. These are the four causes of the human. Just slow down, don't rush. Okay, slow down, don't rush, don't ask too much. Okay, we go into slow down and write this sentence down. Okay. Tham and tưởng is the centers points of and tham and tưởng are the central points of the human natures. Okay. So let's there may be a question why tham and tưởng are the central points of the human natures. Why is it? Okay. So if this person asks, people asking us like that, how can we answer it? So can someone help us to answer this? Okay. So we just understand it as the way it is because tham and tưởng. Okay. If no one tell us tham and tưởng are the central focus, then with tham and tưởng we are no longer being human. Without time and tưởng, we are no longer being human.
Có một người học trò ở
There's a
một người học trò mới hỏi người thầy của mình, thầy ơi,
student asked
tại vì người học trò thấy thầy của mình là người
the teachers, because the student thinks that the teacher is so wise, and student asked his teachers, teachers, why do I see why all the cows and the animals, they are suffering? I see that they are suffering in life. The teacher replied that no, they're not suffering anything. It's just your imagination, because you tưởng. It's just your perception. Your perception is that you see they are suffering. That's why. Okay. If we start observing our life, specifically observe our teacher. Some people see our teachers, he wake up at 3:30 in the morning and start sharing from 4:30 to 6:30 for the mental class. Okay. And then 8 o'clock, our teacher have another class. At 11, he have another class. Okay. 11 o'clock, he has a grandmaster class. And then after that, he discussed with his college, and then 7 o'clock he have this class going on, and then the next day it's happened again. It's 3:30, he wake up. Okay, so day after day he continue doing that. Other people may see that he is suffering, but he didn't feel that. Okay. It's because we tưởng, because our perception, we see that he's suffering. Okay, that's his. So there's a lot of people, they traveling days and night, and they think that person is suffering, but I don't see it's bad at all. Okay, but some people, they think that they have to work day and night. Start early in the morning and finish late. Okay. So if we observe, okay, if we observe other people's life, then we start perceive, we start tưởng, okay, and then we want to help them. They don't feel suffering, okay? They don't think that themselves have problems, but we see the problems in their life. Okay, and we want to help them. Okay, only when they realize that they have problems and they want to change, they want to transform. Okay, then we can help. Otherwise, it's all of our tưởng, our perception, our imagination. Okay? And with, for example, with rich people, they always go somewhere by themselves, and then we start saying that rich people also cry. Okay, that person, they rich, but they might not sleep in peace at night. Okay, so they don't actually have that perception like us. We look at them and we perceive, we tưởng. Okay? And that's why time and tưởng are the central to human natures. So we know about this in order to control our time and tưởng, so we don't have too much high expectation. Okay, and we don't want to drop this time and tưởng either. Okay, but because time and tưởng, we have the life that we are having today. Okay. Anyone here has gone through the periods you don't have any time and tưởng in your life? Okay, I'm just talking about the physical life that you're living right now, right? Because of your time and tưởng, your learning improve. Because of your time and tưởng, you improve your learning and you become better every day. So we agree with each other on this, okay? With the human nature, that we have this time and tưởng. And participants said they used to be like that. Okay, so we just talk about this now. Let's write down.
Trọng điểm của tánh người là mới
Okay.
ghi rồi đúng không?
Tham and tưởng are central to human nature.
Mình ghi ra hết luôn đi, thông thường là
Let
đọc
me
thì
write
khá
it
là
down.
ghi hết.
Normally, I just read it, but let's write them down
Chị học dễ thương quá. Tham tưởng
this time.
là trọng điểm,
Tham tưởng
là trọng điểm của tánh người. Tham tưởng là trọng điểm của tánh người.
Tham tưởng are central to human nature.
Do tham tưởng, các anh chị ghi tiếp á, hồi nãy ghi rồi một câu rồi đó. Do tham tưởng về tài, do tham tưởng về tài, tham tưởng về sắc, do tham tưởng về tài, tham tưởng về sắc,
Tham tưởng manifest through
tham tưởng
undetermined level,
tham tưởng
through
về tài,
wealth.
tham tưởng về sắc, tham tưởng về danh. Ghi vào nha cả nhà.
Let's write down, everyone. Tham tưởng
Tham tưởng về thực,
manifest through
tham tưởng về thực, tham tưởng về thùy, tham tưởng về thùy,
through tài.
tưởng về thùy. Hay nói
Tham
cách khác,
tưởng through tài.
cách khác,
Tham tưởng through
hay nói cách khác, hay nói cách khác.
I'm not gonna
Là
write.
tham
Okay,
tưởng
my
về
writing a bit slow. I'm gonna just cut it short. Sorry, I can't. Sorry cả nhà nha, Trang sẽ cắt cái câu này nó ngắn hơn. Tham tưởng về tài sắc danh thực thì, thay vì là tham tưởng về tài, về sắc, tham tưởng về danh thực thì dài quá. Tài, ok, tài, sắc,
thùy.
ok, danh,
Hay nói cách khác là tham tưởng về
thực,
tài sắc danh thực thùy.
thùy.
Quyết định,
My writing is not that quick. Right. Determined.
quyết định,
Determined.
quyết định, mức độ,
Determined.
quyết định mức độ,
The level.
cấp độ,
The levels.
mức độ, cấp độ
The levels of.
của
The levels of
sân,
sun, anger,
si,
see, delusion,
mạng,
mạng,
mức độ của sân, si, mạng, nghi,
pride, arrogance,
ác,
nghi, doubt,
kiến.
act, evil,
Ghi đi ha, rồi chúng ta
kiến,
làm rõ với nhau sau.
stubbornness.
Kiến,
Okay.
quyết định,
Determines the levels of sun, see, mạng, nghi, ác, kiến. Okay. Impact on.
cái gì,
Impact
quyết định, thọ cái gì,
on
thành thế nào,
what we receive.
và
Thọ.
tức
Okay.
ra sao.
How do we act.
Và tức ra
Act. Hành is
sao.
action,
Từ từ cho
right?
anh chị nào mà không có nhìn trên màn hình thì mình cứ
And
nghe rồi mình rà lại ha. Có một số
what emerge from our mind.
tham tưởng là trọng điểm của tánh người. Do tham tưởng về tài, tham tưởng về sắc, tham tưởng về danh, tham tưởng về thực, tham tưởng về thùy. Hay nói cách khác là tham tưởng về tài sắc danh thực thùy. Quyết định mức độ, cấp
Thực.
độ của sân, si, mạng, nghi,
Okay.
ác, kiến.
Thức
Quyết định
consciousness.
thọ cái
Okay.
gì.
So tham tưởng are central to human nature. Tham tưởng manifest through tài, sắc, danh, thực, thùy, determine the level of sân, si, mạng, nghi, ác, kiến. Okay, this dot. Okay. in full, I have to write that tham tưởng manifest through tài, tham tưởng manifest through sắc, tham tưởng manifest through danh, tham tưởng manifest through thật, tham tưởng manifest through thùy. Or, in another word, tham tưởng manifest through tài sắc danh thực thùy determines the levels of sân si mạng nghi ác kiến, impact on what we receive, thought, how we act, hành, and what emerge from our mind. Thật. If I had wrote it down in full, written it down in full, but since I cut it short, I skipped the part where it said tham tưởng manifest through tài, tham tưởng manifest through sắc, tham tưởng manifest through danh, tham tưởng manifest through thật, tham tưởng manifest through thùy. Okay? So, tham tưởng through tài, tham tưởng through sắc, tham tưởng through danh, tham tưởng through thùy. So, we cut it short saying it tham tưởng manifest through tài sắc danh thực thùy. Okay, determines the level of sân si mạng nghi ác kiến, and because of tham tưởng manifest through tài sắc danh thực thủy, impact on what we receive, how we act, and what emerge from our mind. So if we do this, let's take an example for us to easier to understand. Okay, for example, those ladies who like beauty, they actually have tham tưởng about sắc, right? Tham tưởng. So we know that tham tưởng through sắc, okay, of a person does a lot. Okay? That's very high tham tưởng of sắc. For example, they picking the nice clothes, they picking the right hairstyle, and it's decide that when they what they receive about beauty. Whenever there's someone talk about beauty, okay, they will take it in. Okay, but if they are not interested in beauty, they don't have tham tưởng in beauty, then even there's a free classes about how to make yourself beautiful, they're not interested in it. Okay. And if they are not interested in it, they cannot talk, cannot receive the information that provide to them. Okay. So if anyone tham tưởng about thật, okay, they can actually, they receive very fast. After they eating one nice dish, one good dish, they can go home and replicate the recipe immediately. Okay. And tham tưởng through tài sắc danh thực thùy mean that they can act and they their thức what emerge from their mind, what store into their subconscious, okay, will be a lot. That will help them to make them rich and success in life. So if a person have a good tham tưởng, that will help them to receive a lot. Okay, and that will help them to act very good. And the route to the heart is have to go through stomach. So that person will love cooking for other people. And if they opened restaurant to eat, then they can do it very good. But if a person tham tưởng through tài, then when if a restaurant, that will be very bad. Okay, because those owner, those restaurant that didn't do good, right? The owner only think that if they open the restaurant, they can make a lot of money, right? They have no interest in making the good food for others people to eat. So if we understand about human nature, we can explain about lots of things in life. Tham tưởng through danh. About danh, so that person they interested in improving their fame, and whoever judge their social status or their reputation, okay, they will become anger. They will get angry. So that's why we say that it's determined the levels of sân si mạn nghi ác kiến. Okay. Yeah. So, for example, if someone curse you, someone swear at you, okay, so that you are a liar, you don't live honest, you don't have responsibility, you not keeping your promises, okay, then you tham tưởng about danh, and someone told you that, then you get hurt, okay, and you get upset because someone has influence your reputation. Okay. So a person has more of the others because there are different levels. So some people have more tham tưởng about thủy. Some people have more tham tưởng about sắc. Okay. So whoever tham tưởng about sắc, they will decorate the restaurant, look very nice, very chilled. Other people like it immediately at the first sight. And if a person tham tưởng about tài, okay, they build a hotel. Okay, those hotels. For example, there's one time I saw a hotel that had just built totally new. Okay, and there's a problem with the room, and I went to ask the reception, the owner, to change the room, but the owner didn't allow me to change it because it's very stuffing inside the hotel room. But he didn't allow me to change another room. So that owner, he may tham tưởng about danh, not about thùy for other people. Okay, if the person is tham tưởng about thùy, they will make the room look nice, very airy, and have a nice smell. When the customer step into the room, they like it immediately. Okay, so if the person if we can satisfy other people tham tưởng about sắc danh tài sắc danh thực thùy, then we can achieve what we desire easily. For example, there's people who in Buddhism, they practice Buddhism, and we are not using the knowledge of Buddhism to talk about religions. We only borrow the Buddhist knowledge for us to understand about ourselves. Okay. So tham tưởng are central to human nature. Tham tưởng manifest through tài sắc danh thực thủy, determine the levels of sân si mạn nghi ác kiến, impact on what we receive, how we act, and what emerge from our mind. So there's a participant who joined a boarding class, and the teachers advised them to close tham tưởng about danh thực thùy and only keep tham tưởng about tài and sắc. because the participant who joining those class, okay, they are nobody, so they should have no tham tưởng about danh. Okay, they are no one just yet. But some of them are the presidents of a big company. Some of them they have just graduated high school and haven't achieved anything yet. So teachers advise them to stop their tham tưởng thật and thùy, which means whatever the organization provide, they eat. Okay, and they eat 6 times a day. Okay, 6 main course and 6 extra course, and 3 main course and 3 extra course. And our teacher, he is close his tham tưởng about thùy. Okay, the house in Bình Dương is so hot. And the house in Đà Lạt is so cold. Okay, so doesn't matter what's the weather. It's just if he feels sleepy, he go to sleep. Okay, so he stopped all the time and tưởng about danh thật thùy.
Bây giờ tới giờ ăn thì tất cả đi xuống lấy đồ ăn giống hệt nhau hết, ăn xong rồi rửa chén, rồi đi về phòng thì phòng giống hệt nhau hết, nóng thì cùng nóng, lạnh thì cùng lạnh. Còn đi về phòng mà nóng quá lạnh quá thì đi lên hội trường là tương đối ok nhất, ấm áp mát mẻ. Ngủ thì lăn ra đất ngủ thì giống hệt nhau hết rồi, còn tham thì
so everyone in the boarding classes, they are the same with each other. They study in the whole room, and they every day they wear the uniforms of the organization. There's no thing for them to show off, to participate in anything differently, so they don't need to develop their tham tưởng about danh thật thùy. Okay, so just like the clothes that I'm wearing right now has been given by the organization. So tham tưởng about tài, just close it, because we don't need to use money. We don't need to use money, so we don't need to develop tham tưởng about tài. There's vehicle companies, transportation company that have company that produce the plate, golden car plate. Okay. And that time when I study, I activate tham tưởng about tài, which means everyone receive all the knowledge. That's all knowledge that is given. So every day, wake up at 4:30, go into the hall to learn, and then after that, we'll do personal hygiene. And by 8:30, I start the dancing class. 9 o'clock, we're learning until 12 o'clock. Between 12 to 1:30, they rest and eat and rest. And then from 1:30 to 4:30, they study in different 40 subjects. Between 2 to 4, there's the tea break. Okay. From 4:30 to 6 o'clock, there will be a different physical activity, for example, back rolling, squatting, self-defense, etc., in order to achieve the Iron Man's body, Iron Man health. To 4:30 to 6 o'clock is the physical activity. From 6:30 to 7, 7:30 is personal hygiene time. From 8:30 to 10, there'll be learning class, and they also provided extra courses to eat, extra food to eat. And then some of the students they tham tưởng tài năng, so they continue to learn until like 12:30. Then 12:30 until 4:30, they sleep. Okay, they no free time. Any free time they have to follow up with the study. So after 6 months, you won't imagine it. There's a girl before she there's a little girl. After the 6-month training, she could swim 10 kilometers in the sea, and she was the fastest swimming woman in that class. And now she can do anything in life. And that's a time. Whoever wants to start a business, there are no barrier, no limitations at all. Otherwise, normally when we open a small business, there's a lot of struggles. Okay. And that was entrepreneur K37. And next we're going to have entrepreneur class K02. So whoever have desire, tham tưởng about tài, to become an entrepreneur, cultural, a comprehensive entrepreneur, the cultural leader, then you should join the entrepreneur boarding class, boarding course. So you'll be able to learn many other skills, such as jazz, Chinese jazz. You'll be able to learn about how to do makeup. So just let you know about tham tưởng. If you listen to what I'm saying and you start having tham tưởng about tài, tham tưởng that you want to join these entrepreneur boarding courses, then you actually have tham tưởng about tài. Okay. So we see that tham tưởng through manifest through tài sắc danh thực thùy determine the levels of sân si mạng nghi ác kiến. Now we go into talk about the details of the levels of this human nature. Okay, we have just talk about the 16th word. Okay, 16 word. Now we go into the detail of the levels of sân si mạng nghi ác kiến. Okay, let's check the cấu trúc con người diagram again. We have thọ, tưởng, hành, thức. This is the closest to the inner being. So the thọ, tưởng, hành, thức doesn't move. They don't move much. And tài sắc danh thực thùy, again, they don't move that much. But tham, sân si mạng nghi ác kiến is the outsider of the human nature. It's closest to the negative and positive electromagnetic layer. So they get affected and they fluctuate. So now we go into discuss about the levels of tham, sân si mạng nghi ác kiến. Okay. The fluctuation level. Fluctuation level. So we're going to draw the draw the straight line. Okay, we have agreed with each other that we have two layers of the positive and negative electromagnetic. So with all the exercise that we do, like tendons and boundaries, contractions, hip rotations, that help to increase our body electromagnetic level. So we're going to write it in different color. in order to easy to recognize.
Mình nói tới tánh tham nha.
So
Tham
let's
là
say about
nhưng mà tánh tham thì nó sẽ có
human
cái
nature.
mức độ của nó cả nhà.
Okay,
Tánh tham
human
là
nature,
ham muốn.
tham,
Nếu một người mà chỉ ham muốn cho bản
tham
thân thôi,
natures.
làm gì cũng
Okay,
muốn cho bản thân thôi, thì cái tánh tham của người đó đó nó là tham âm. Và chúng ta dùng cái từ
so
để
if we
tham lam.
talk about a
Người mà chỉ
person
muốn cho bản
tham
thân thôi á,
natures, if they only
là tham âm
think
á.
of themselves,
Chúng ta dùng
they
từ là tham lam
we
để
use the
chúng ta
word greed.
tánh tham ở biên độ
Okay.
dao động âm ha.
Greed.
Tham lam cũng
Okay.
vẫn là tánh tham nha cả nhà, nhưng mà tham cho người khác. Tham cho
So
người khác.
same with
Tham cho người khác không còn
time
tham cho mình
nature,
nữa
but
hết.
time for
Thì là
others
hào phóng.
people, we being
Là
generous.
dương của tham
Okay.
tham là hào phóng của tánh tham nha cả nhà.
Generous.
Xin lỗi cả nhà, mình nói nhầm.
Great. So if it's positive direction, it's leaning toward positive direction,
Con người ai cũng có
is
tánh
a
tham hết.
generous.
Nhưng nếu chỉ tham cho một mình thôi là tham lam. Nhưng mà cũng có người tham cho mình rồi tham chút xíu cho người khác. Tham cho mình rồi tham chút xíu cho người khác. Tham cho mình rồi tham người khác.
But there's some people they time a bit for themselves and then they time a lot for other people. So if you time for other people, you're being generous. You time for yourself, you're great. You're being great, being
Tham cho người
generous.
khác.
If
Tới hào
you
phóng gần như không còn tham gì cho mình.
okay, if you being generous, you are no longer
Tham nó sẽ dao động từ
okay,
tham
time
tới
for yourself. So time nature is fluctuate between greed and generosity. Okay, a person cannot be generous all the time, all day long. Okay? That's unable to happen. But if that person is only time for themselves, that is not good either. So we have the fluctuation. Okay, it's best to stay in balance, but otherwise,
tham âm hay tham dương
okay,
đều không nên. Tham âm hay
time
dương đều không nên.
negative, time positive, or negative time is not good. It's best to be in balance. Okay, positive or negative, time in positive or negative directions are not good. The balance, staying balance is the best. Okay, and if it's good for other people, if it's good for other people, is conditioned. If it's good for other people, if we do good for other people, then inconvenience is also good for us, benefit us. So benefit other people, benefit others, okay? Inconvenience benefits ourselves. So we have a term we say that intention. So intention, if we know that it's as intentions, then we just know that what it is. I mean, we set our intention about. If we have intention, if our intention, if we set our intention toward the positive direction, okay, we set our intention toward the positive direction. Okay, like we just exchanged with each other previously. Positive intentions is what we do that benefits others. So when we get the setting our intention toward a positive direction, then it's good to others. For example, if we want to do something that benefits others, for example, if we gather money to build a house for ourselves, okay, that's then it is only for ourselves. It's not that positive. If we gather the money to build a house for the orphans, okay, build an orphanage for all the orphans' kids, okay, then it's much easier to we accomplish. And for example, people gather the money to help those farmers, the poor farmer, gather the money to help people who are suffering in life. Okay. So if you have intention, to set intention for yourself is a negative intention. So whatever you want to do, if it's at a negative intention, then not stop doing it. We have the principles, many principles later on, the principles of operating conscious, operating so whenever we set an intention, we set our intention toward the positive direction, and remember that only one intention needed. Only one intention needed. If it is a positive intention, then it will be very good. Okay. And in May, I would like to share with you the reality that our organization has many people doing Ironman. Some of them, they don't, when they join Ironman, they don't think of themselves, they don't think for themselves, they think for the organization. They think that when they participate, they're gonna bring the medal to the organization. Okay, if it's just us, okay, I see Phúc Triệu, Thành, Giáp, Gia Nguyên. Okay, there's many men in this Zoom. If they want, if I tell them to do Ironman, they don't know the reason what to do it, what for, and it's difficult for them to do it. But in the mentor community, it's very simple for them to do it, because this year's with sponsors for 500 mentor master to do Ironman. Okay, so because of the projects of improve human health, okay, and because of that projects for the organization or the mentor master, they participate in the Ironman. So we just need one intention. Okay, just one intention is enough. Just one intention. Just one intention. Needed. So if that's intention, hello me. Okay. So we set our intentions for other people. We do it for ourselves, but we set the intention for other people. Just one intention needed. Okay. And that is the intentions that satisfy our yin, satisfy our fame, our reputation. Okay. Then if we wear the Ironman shirt, we walk out on the street, people will admire us. Okay. And that satisfy our sắc thân. No, our fame, satisfied our fame, satisfy our appearance. Okay? Then if we set an intention, then we just need positive intention. If it's a negative intention, not doing it yet. Okay, do not doing it yet. Okay, only act when it is a positive intention. Okay, we can do based for the benefits of others. That's the best. If it's a benefit to ourselves and then benefit other people, then that intention is not good yet. We just need one intention needed, right? So if we have an intention that is benefit for us first and then later on benefits for others, then it's not good enough. It's still better than harming other people, Okay, because it's a negative intention. So you grasp this, you understand this here, yeah? Okay, no one answers. Okay, so some people had typed in the chat box that they understand. Okay. So today you learn about the balance, positive and negative directions. Okay, how to stay in balance, right? So let's get back to the human natures, the fluctuation, the amplitude fluctuation of the human natures. Okay. So when we time nature towards the negative directions, we are being greed. Okay. And if we time for ourselves, that is the negative intention. When we time for others, it's a positive intention. Okay. Now we have sun nature. If it's as the negative direction, the sun is the human natures, but when it's as the negative directions, then we are being angry. Yeah? We're being angry, so that's anger. Okay, so our angers will go up to the top here. That is when we are thinking of up here, that we get to the satisfaction. Satisfaction is when it's at the positive direction. There are no anger here at all. Satisfaction. Okay. Tánh si, si nature. So if it's at the very negative, then it's a delusion. Delusion. Okay. The positive and then the delusions that improve its go up to clarity. Clarity. Okay. Tánh mạng nature. Mạng nature. So the fluctuation amplitude of mạng is inferiority. Still here is inferiority. When it's at the negative, it is inferiority, but when it's going up to positive, it's very special. We get to be confident. Confidence. Okay. It's and nghi. The word nghi is doubt, and when we talk about nghi nature, nghi nature. Yeah, I like this and then down here is suspicion. Suspicion. When it's going up to the positive direction, is a trust. Trust. And act. Act. The word act means evil, but nature, act natures is have the fluctuation. Okay. The negative directions of act is cruelty.
Nhưng mà tàn ác nó dao động lên dần dần này cả nhà. Dao động lên dần nó bớt tàn ác đi, bớt từ không có còn ác nữa thì là.
And when it's going up to be no longer cruelty, then it's kindness. Then the positive is kindness. Kindness.
Rồi tánh kiến.
Right. Lastly, we have kiến. We have kiến.
Kiến là cố chấp ha. Còn tánh kiến nó cũng có biên độ dao động của nó nghe cả nhà.
Okay. Kiến is a stubbornness. Okay. In kiến natures, when it go down to the negative is a stubbornness.
Từ về cân bằng từ lên cực dương. Thì họ còn cố chấp nữa mà họ là người có sự chấp nhận.
Stubbornness.
Họ không có cố chấp nữa.
I think it's W-N. Okay. Sorry. And then they become up here when it go to positive, they become flexible. They're no longer stubborn anymore.
Và cái mức độ cấp độ này nè, mức độ cấp độ của tánh tham, tánh sân, tánh si, tánh mạng, tánh nghi, tánh ác, tánh kiến mà nó dao động thành tham lam hay hào phóng, giận dữ hay hài lòng, mê muội hay sáng suốt, tự ti hay tự cao.
Over here is the balance.
Cố chấp hay chấp nhận là nó do.
So a person who have generosity or greed, satisfaction or anger, clarity or delusion, confidence or inferiority, trust or suspicion, kindness or cruelty, flexibility or stubbornness, this will be kind of that tài sắc tánh, tham sân si mạng nghi ác kiến. For example, a man who has after long morning at work, he went back home for lunch, and normally he would expect that his wife would prepare lunch for him already because he has been working hard all morning. Okay, and now he gone back home to have meal and continue his work in the afternoon. But by the time he get home, he couldn't see anyone in the house. He go to the kitchen and there no food ready for him. Okay, then in some natures, it's going to fluctuate to negative, and that person may get anger. It may reach to the argument between the husband or him and his wife that why he's come back home and there's no food ready at all. Okay. But we know about this. We don't let the fluctuation going down to the bottom. Okay, we have learned this knowledge already, so we stop our anger. Okay, otherwise there will be an argument between in the family. Okay, the opposite, there will be tham tưởng about thật. But before going to work this morning, his wife told him that she went to the funeral later on, and she told him that he need to prepare the lunch for himself. Then by the time he get home and home for lunch, then he found that there's a lot of good food that prepared already for him, with the note that she afraid that he unable to have his lunch, and she has managed to cook food before she left for the funeral. Okay, so then he feel very satisfied. There be no anger there at all. So because he already gets satisfied his eating. Okay. So the levels of human nature is affect our tài sắc danh thực thùy. Okay. So what do they mean? When we're sitting here and study, we know about our human nature. In order for us to manage our human nature, to control the level the level of the fluctuation level of our human nature. So later on, when we learn the topics about công đức, phước đức, we understand the value of this lesson today. Okay. So the next few sessions, okay, we will know how to protect our công đức, phước đức. Okay. I have not talked about that topic today. Okay. We'll not talk about how sân si affect us, other people in our life. Okay. So, but we understand this in order to manage our time and tưởng, tham tưởng. Okay. And we don't have, we are no longer bathed in our human nature anymore. Okay. If we